Hello and welcome to today's episode of Eat Bulgarian, Eat British. My name's Phil.
And I'm Zhenya, and today I'll be showing you how to cook traditional Bulgarian moussaka. So the ingredients for moussaka are 2 spoons of flour, just normal self-rising flour, 2 eggs, 2 average size onion, 3 carrots, this kind of size, around half a kilo of potatoes baking, or just normal potatoes, which is like 5 average size potatoes, a tin of chopped tomatoes, which is 400 grams, some oregano, salt and other types of herbs by your taste. We need some oil for cooking as well, for the cooking itself, natural yogurt. And we also need 500 grams of British beef mince. Well, it can be Bulgarian beef mince. In Bulgaria actually, our mince is a mixture between beef and pork. But we couldn't find beef and pork. The only place I can usually find it is Asda value beef and pork mixed mince. But today I'm going to be doing just the beef mince, which is still going to be nice. And the yogurt, I forgot to say, is just a cup of yogurt, which I haven't prepared a cup, but it's a cup of yogurt. You see that because it's coming last. And I'm going to start by simply chopping. I've already chopped some carrots because I was impatient. So I'm going to chop the potatoes and the onion, and then we can get going.
How long does the meal take to cook altogether?
The meal takes around 2 hours because you have to chop everything, wash everything, prepare everything, and then boil it, and then oven again. Oven prepare it as well. So yeah, it's not the shortest meal, but it's very, very yummy. And if I can be honest, not to blow my own horn, but when I was at university, which I graduated only last year, in the Bulgarian groups, I was quite well known for my delicious moussaka. And always my friends, when they come, they're always like, "Oh, Jenny, can you cook some of your moussaka?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course, as long as you help me." So yeah, people enjoyed my moussaka. My mom, the first time I told her I can cook and that everyone likes it, she didn't believe me because when I was back home, I didn't cook at all. But which is partially her fault because she could have said, "Do you want to cook?" She might have. Mommy, I love you. You know, when people see me cooking, they're going to be so unimpressed. So let's start by putting some oil into the pan. So I'm going to take the onion now and I'm going to put it in the frying pan. It's nice to have red pepper as well. I'm making a mess. But I decided to skip it today. Just not hot pepper, just the sweet kind of cooking red pepper.
Red pepper's nice.
And I'm going to add the carrots as well.
How long are you going to fry the carrots for?
I'm going to fry the onion and the carrots until the carrots get softer, a little bit softer. And the onion is going to get softer first, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so the carrots and the onion are nicely softened. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some salt in the tomatoes.
And how much salt do you put in?
It's up to, you know, everyone's taste buds, but I don't like too salty. I think it's always better to add salt, so just a little bit, not much.
Okay.
It's nice to add salt later if you want to, but the less salt you eat, the better. I myself cook with, and I eat Celtic salt, which has much more minerals. Actually, the table salt doesn't have any minerals. I don't know if you know that. but the table salt doesn't have any minerals, so it's not good for you at all because it doesn't let the water get to your cells. So Celtic salt is very nice. I recommend it strongly. So I turned the heat down a little bit, but I think I've turned it a little bit too much. So we want this to start just boiling, and when we see that happening, we're going to add the mince. But because the squashing doesn't take, well, takes a considerable amount of time. If you leave the gas on full, it might be done uneven. So what I'm going to do in this time, I'm going to turn the gas almost right down until I squash it, and then I'll put it back up again. Oh, and during that time, I'm going to put the kettle to boil, because we're gonna, after I fry this, we're gonna add the potatoes, and then we're gonna boil it for a bit until the potatoes soften, and before we put it into the oven. So now I'm gonna switch on the kettle, so we have some hot water ready. While I'm stirring it, I'm trying to chop as much as I can the mince, so it's in small pieces, because it's not nice if it's like big chunks. So I'm going to add some salt again.
How do you know you need more salt if you haven't tasted it?
Because I've just put some extra stuff, so the other salt wouldn't be felt much. So I'm going to put a little bit of this.
What's that?
This is a mixture for steak, so what does it have? Black pepper, dried onions, salt, mustard seed, coriander seed, chili powder, and so on.
What's it called, sorry?
Steak.
Okay.
Oregano is nice, I think, with mince. So I've seen this from my grandmother, and then I have adopted other things, just small little things like, you know, the salt amount, or the kind of spices I put, the number, or rather the grams of red pepper, paprika that I use. So it's really, it can be done in a unique way. I think our mince is ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the potatoes in to the mince.
How do you say potato in Bulgarian?
Kartofi.
Kartofi.
Is it an easy one?
Yeah, that's probably it is. So, yeah.
Yes, I've just boiled the water so that I can even speed the process even more. So I'm going to cover the potatoes with water. I'm going to mix it again, and I'm going to add a little bit of more salt again, because I've just added the potatoes and they like salt. And this will be ready when the potatoes are softened a little bit. You don't want them too soft, you don't want them completely boiled, because then there is no point of putting them in the oven. You want them a little bit soft, like halfway through, and you can do this by poking them with the, you know, the normal way, poking them with a fork. I would say 10 minutes, 15.
Okay.
While my moussaka is being cooked on the hob, I'm going to prepare the topping for the moussaka, which consists of nature yogurt, 1 cup, 2 spoons of self-rising flour, and 2 eggs, which I started mixing. Because it's a low-fat yogurt, this means that it's going to be quite watery, and because it's quite watery, we're going to use the flour so it can thicken it up. So we're going to mix it into the egg. You can see that it's getting quite thick. I'm also going to add a tiny bit of salt again, so it's not tasteless. And to make it even more thicker, I'm going to add the flour. Don't add it all at once, because you're not going to be able to get rid of the lumps. I'm going to go and check the potatoes. Smells nice, yeah?
Smells very nice.
Yeah, they're nicely getting there. I'm just gonna leave them for 1 more minute, I think. And in that time, I'm going to switch on the oven so it can warm up for a minute. And to start with, I'll put it on 150, 60 degrees. And I'm going to put our nice mixture into a big tray. I'm just gonna pour it all in, lay down nicely. And now I'm just gonna layer it down. See, there is quite a lot of water left. So what I'm gonna do, and I haven't thought of a way how to take less time, because we don't want the potatoes to keep boiling, I'm just going to have to just manually take some water away. That's why I've prepared this huge cute spoon.
And how much water are you supposed to have left?
Just a little bit. Like now they're swimming in water. You want just a little bit for the potatoes left to soften. So you see that the quantity is gonna go 60-70% less. So I'm gonna take this baby now and I'm gonna put it into the oven and bake it for at least 15 minutes. And then we'll see if the potatoes are already completely completely softened. If they are, I'm going to add the topping. So now what we're going to do is going to check if the potatoes are ready. And I've already rearranged the oven a little bit, so because we're going to be putting, yep, perfect. So they're not too mushy. It was in the middle, so it can bake both on top and inside. But now as we're going to do the cover, this one that we prepared earlier, we want it to be just closer to the grill because we want only the top part to be baked now. Everything else is ready underneath.
Right, so before you had it in the middle to bake the inside.
Yes.
Now you're going to put it on top so the top of it gets crispy.
Yeah.
Is that your phone?
Yeah.
It's a very lively ringtone.
Very exotic, yeah?
Yes.
I'm gonna put it back in.
On the top shelf this time.
Yeah, well, relatively close to the grill. And I'm gonna turn it to grill. And now we wait until it gets golden brown. Okay? And let's check our moussaka. Oh, it's nice and brown. That's what you want. It smells gorgeous and it thickened up and it went brown on top and it's ready to just eat it over me. I might give a little bit to Philip if he deserves. And that's it for me. Traditional Bulgarian moussaka.